a bus in Ladbroke Grove. I went through the editorial process in London, in Notting Hill, where I was living with friends. I was on a bus and I was sitting there, and it was a pretty miserable day and I didn't feel great. And there was a voice in my head, and the voice was saying, oh, fuck this, fuck, this is shit, you know, this is shit, fucking shit, like that. And I became aware of this voice, right? So this is what I'm talking about. This is the moment of waking up. I became aware of this voice, right? So there's this voice, and it's like, wow, wait a second, what is this voice saying? You know, that's incredible. And you know, this voice had been there. It's not like I suddenly heard it. It's just I became aware that I'd always heard it. Yeah, and that moaning voice, there was a moaner, a kind of victim-y, disempowered moaner on the bus. It was a kind of bus moaner, yeah, a British bus moaner, and maybe I was picking it up from other people, but it was really part of me. And it was so part of me that it was merged with me. And in that moment, I was like, okay, wow, I don't need to think that. That's horrible. I don't need to say those words to myself, or I don't need to believe it, wherever that voice is coming, I don't need to believe it. That's nonsense. Life's not that bad. It's just not that bad, right? Life's not that bad. And from that moment, that voice has never occurred again in that way. So it has never, you know, there are moments when I feel shitty and put upon, but the feeling, the universe is against me, I'm being crushed under the heel of the system, I'm completely disempowered, my life's essentially garbage. That's just never come back. It's never come back. And if it has, it's just floated past my ear like a moth or something. You know, I could maybe hear the flutter of its wings, but I've never believed it. So that was one moment of waking up, and that was, okay, wow, that's wonderful, because I heard all this wisdom about optimism from these writers, and the things that you should do, like you should practice gratitude 3 times a day, or you should make a practice of looking around and noticing beautiful things and so on. Things that have been proven to improve happiness and optimism. But it wasn't something that I did, it was just a moment when I became aware of what was happening for me. And this is what mindfulness is all about, as far as I understand. And when I work with people, because I coach people and I work with groups, when I work with people, a lot of what I do is just about them getting aware of what's already there. In fact, that's all that happens. It's about getting aware of what's already going on inside the head, mainly, and inside the feelings, and separating from it. So the process of therapy, and I'm not a therapist, but very, very roughly speaking, the process of therapy or healing is the process of separating out different influences so that they're in the right place. And they're not going to go away, but they're just not going to have that power of you because they're not merged with you anymore. And that's something that became real for me.